Hi guys, back to another tutorial. I'm going to edit this picture, showing you the different ways that I'm gonna edit it. Fairly straightforward. If you're used to Photoshop, then you'll probably know most of these little tricks. But if you don't, and you're still new to the whole avatar blogging, then this is for you. So I'm gonna start off with a new background layer, and what I firstly do is I go into the dodge and burn tool. So I start off with like a small brush, and I really zoom into the picture, and what I tend to do is I tend to leave it on highlights. This is like going to create some like some lights and some shadows when there isn't any. So first off, I start to just go over the skin a little bit, maybe not that much, go down a little bit, maybe something like 13, and then I just start like adding some little effects. Obviously, you know, when you're taking a picture, if you do have shadows on, then obviously this makes it light work, but I'm doing it without. I'm just covering over the parts that are like got little bits of light shining. So what I do is I then go into mid-tones and then just start to slowly soften those highlights. I know it doesn't seem much of a change, but as you can tell, it does go a little bit. Then I'm going to go in with shadows and do the same. It just lightens up those shadows. So next thing, I'm going to go into the burn tool and do the same. Start off with highlights, probably a smaller brush, and just softly go over the little areas where there's a bit of shadow. Don't worry if you make a mistake. Normally it's corrected when you use your adjustment levels. Going to mid-tones. Obviously on this side of the face I'm going to add some light and some colour dodge. Obviously on the other side it's quite dark, so we want to portray the light from this angle here. And then we'll just go into the final one, which will just add a little bit of depth to the shadow. I tend to do this a hell of a lot. Sometimes it doesn't look right, but sometimes it does. So as you can tell, you've got a little bit of we'll just add a bit more there. So then what I tend to do is I then go into my adjustment level and I go down to exposure. I don't touch exposure, I just mess with the offset. I normally do 0.0030. Normally it just creates like a shadow over the top, or 50, which makes it even more like something over the top. And then I merge that down. Once I've done that, I then go back to my adjustment levels, go to brightness. Now you got the choice, you can either do auto or use legacy and auto, and it just brings out, it just makes the picture more pop basically. So if I just did auto, it'll be much more brighter there, but if I use auto, then it's not too much, not too in your face. And then merge that down. Then I go into my adjustment levels again, and I go down to hue and saturation, and I just play around with the different, so if you don't want the red too much in your face, you can play with that. You play with all the different tones, so just to see which will look better. Obviously some of these don't apply, like if you haven't got specific tones in the picture, then you'll find that yeah, they won't edit as much, like the jeans, as you can see. But we just want to leave them natural. So any blues, we have got blues in here, might add a little bit of blue to that, and then magenta. Obviously nothing really magenta in here, so we'll leave that there. Then what I'm going to do is I'm then going to merge that down. So what I tend to do is I now then get a soft brush, something like that, smaller, probably a little bit bigger, way too big, so something like that. And then what I do is I then go into colour dodge and set my opacity to 15, and I just then start to slightly bring the light in. And then just add a little bit here. And then I then go into the black and just slightly flick over the top. So as you can tell, you've got light portraying this side, and dark, and obviously dark side here. I do also use some little nifty tricks. So I use some of the actions that you can get from different sites. I do like this colour anaglyph light, which just basically projects your avatar with a blue and red light outline. I tend to do that a hell of a lot. It makes it a lot softer, but obviously if you don't have access to that, then that's, you know, so I set to like something like 50 so you don't see it too much. And then I merge all that down, add my little signature. I tend to do this in white. And then just put soft light on it. And there we have it. Just a simple edit. If you do want to go in a bit further and edit the crispiness of it, if you don't take a picture in 8K or 6K, I also like to add a bit of a sharpening to the picture, so obviously on the eyes, anything that's got detail. This can be like jewelry and stuff. obviously have that really low, so it's not too much. As you can tell, the eyes are quite popped. Obviously I'll just go over this a little bit. And then just do that again. And what you can do is you can then add a sharpen filter over the top if you think it's not crispy enough. So hopefully you've grabbed all of that, and yeah, it's fairly easy, fairly straightforward. I use this pretty much on all my pictures unless I'm editing with different overlays and things. And yeah, I hope this tutorial was good for you, and I hope you've learned a little bit. Thank you for watching.